Hi friends, welcome back to Leonyx Tarot. Today's reading is going to be a little bit different. It's still pick a card, but we're going to be looking at the energy of the upcoming new moon, which is a new moon eclipse in Scorpio, and just kind of looking at the energies that you'll be working with going forwards during the lunar month, and kind of what's coming towards you, what the supporting energies are, advice and things like that, because with the planetary alignments that are coming up between Mercury, which is the planet of communication, and Mars, which is the planet of action, it means that we have a chance to influence the outcomes of some by using determined language and things like that, so we can kind of influence the outcomes of the coming month. So I thought it would be good if we could kind of take a look at it and see what there was for you. So we have 3 piles to choose from. I've had to pop these to the side because I've realised that my table isn't as level as I thought it was, and the spheres are all kind of rolling off. So we have this little green one, and for the life of me I can't remember what crystal it is, but absolutely beautiful. So that's for pile 1. And then for pile 2 we have this blue tiger's eye sphere, and then for pile 3 we have this, I believe it's sodalite egg, because I didn't have 3 spheres, I've only got 2. So if you need to pause the video, please feel free to do so. Hopefully you can pick by the crystals or the energy of the cards, and I will see you in your reading. Hi there, pile 1, welcome to your reading. And this is your reading if you chose the green sphere. I'm going to pop him over there, and this is the card that you chose in the pile selection, and these are going to be your oracle cards. So let's see if I can get this right around. I had to make a note for myself. So this one is the current energy that you're working with going forwards into the new moon, into the lunar month. This will be your supporting energy, and this card will be your advice. So we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. New moon in Capricorn, and we have last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. And for your advice card we have cloak with concealment. So I'm just going to put these out, and then we will get into each of the cards and what they represent for you. So starting off with your current energy. This could be the energy that you are in currently at the moment, coming up to the new moon and going forwards. But this particular card, it talks about how hard you're willing to work for what you want, and it's kind of a reminder that the effort can be required. Although this is obviously a climax because of it being a full moon. So it talks about work, and if you're wondering whether you should stay in your job or you should leave, this particular card can be quite a strong sign that it's time to make an exit. It's time to cut those cords, move on to something new. But whatever the situation is that you're in, it's coming to a close, and it's just kind of that peak before you get over the top of the hill, before you get to easier times. However, if it's something that you are working towards, it's an encouragement, and if it's something that you really want, that you've been working towards for some while, it's encouragement to keep going and consider how ambitious you are and whether you are willing to and prepared to put out all of the stops to make your professional dreams come true, without being ruthless. And if you've come to this and you're more thinking along the lines of a relationship or a love question, then unfortunately it can be a call to face reality and kind of question whether it's right for you or not. But it's about making a plan, regardless of what the situation is. Making a plan will help. And if you've been struggling in your personal life, then it's time to focus on that more and kind of make it a priority. But that's kind of where you are at the moment. So you may have been feeling, as the card suggests, you might be questioning things as to whether they're right for you or whether to continue down the path that you're on. But it's going to be coming to an end. But you need to kind of look at what your priorities are and what's really right for you going forwards. And this card also talks about finding a balance as well, a balance between the different aspects of your life. But looking at the supporting energies, if this is something that you are trying to bring in, or even if it isn't, when it talks about manifesting the life that you want to be living and the things that you want to come in and bring into your life, then the best thing that you can do for that is to lighten up, as the card says, and focus on things like gratitude lists and really kind of getting into that energy of how you want to feel. Not necessarily how you're feeling right now and how the situation is, but focusing on the positives. And with the colours that are in this card, it's really making me think of the heart chakra. And with the heart chakra, that is our electromagnetic field. That's the strongest point, and where it originates from in us is from our heart center. And it's that is the energy that we give out into the world, and it's that the universe works with. It's that vibrational set point that that draws things to us and repels things, and it's kind of working with that to bring it into a higher vibration, to bring happier things to you, because happy manifestation, it comes from happiness. So if you can embody the things that you want and the things that you are trying to bring in, then that will support you in bringing those in as well. So because of the star sign that we have here, Leo, the crystals that may support you in this to aid the supporting energies that are coming through for your month, lunar month ahead, are sunstone, carnelian, citrine, rose quartz, aventurine, or Dalmatian jasper. And you can use those while you meditate, or you can keep them close by when you're working through situations. Or if you're into crystal grids, then you can use those as well to make a crystal grid. Also, if this situation, because obviously this is the energy that you're currently in, to kind of support that and shift, because situations are only, in a lot of ways we put the meanings on them. So if you're in a difficult situation, see whether you can kind of find the balance between the light and the dark of the situation, to try and bring some laughter and happier feelings into it, to kind of energetically shift it. Because if we get stuck in that negative mentality of not wanting to be somewhere and really disliking it, we can forget all of the good things that it brings to us. Say, for example, the work situation that was spoken about earlier. If you are in a job that you can't stand, don't want to be there anymore, if you're in that low vibrational set point, then even if you move jobs, you take that energy with you, and you can end up recreating that same kind of work environment or a similar work environment that brings out those same emotions in you, even though you're in a different place and working with different people. So it's important to kind of, even though you are planning on leaving, if that's the case, if you can shift how you're seeing it so that you are focusing on the positives of the job, like the regular income and any small good things, if you can try and focus on those a little bit more and try and shift it, so that when you do go through the actual action steps of leaving and finding somewhere else, you'll then have a smoother transition into somewhere that you will be happier. So, and it doesn't mean that you need to gloss over any dramas or pretending that all is well if it isn't. It's just about having a positive attitude towards life. And because if you have a positive attitude towards life now, it will help to clear away any upsets going forwards. But that's what's supporting you, by being able to find those small joys and those small happiness, those small happy moments. It will help support you through the coming month. And I absolutely love this card for your advice. We are going to get a little bit more for you in a moment, but this card talks all about allowing yourself to be true to who you are and not keeping things to yourself anymore, and really stepping out into the light and being true to yourself, because it's almost like a call to come out of the, because of it being a witchcraft deck or a pagan deck, it talks about coming out of the broom closet and really allowing yourself to stand proud and step into alignment with who you are, because you'll be fully supported by all of your spirit team and ancestors, because we're all connected through our lineage, but they're all there to support you. By being true to yourself, everything will come into alignment. So it's about really being true to who you are and what you want, and just being really open and proud of who you are, rather than keeping things concealed and all that secrecy and cloak and dagger, and just letting all of that fall away, because all of your spirit team is around you, ready to support you in this coming lunar month. And this really feels like what you could be stepping into if you allow yourself to. I know we have the supporting energies of allowing you to find that happiness and lighten things, but this feels like what you're kind of working towards. If you aren't planning this already, then you may find yourself stepping into this as we move into the new lunar cycle. And what with it being, with the planetary alignments with, I think it was Mercury. I can tell that I'm tired when I'm recording this. Mercury and Mars. So we have the communication and the action coming in, and this is going to be what you're doing. Really stepping into yourself and just really revealing your true nature and beliefs. Because any negative words and things that come up from other people, they're not a true reflection on who you are. They're a reflection on that person, and they're not going to, there's no reason for those words to harm you, because all they are is the beliefs and judgments of the other people. And if they're going to judge you, then trust me, they judge themselves so much harder. Because what we see on the surface is only a small reflection of what's going on underneath. So it's just really about embracing and allowing yourself to shine that light and shine brightly, to just declare your truth to the world. and really tapping into your inner self and allowing your inner wisdom and inner knowledge to come to the surface to guide you on your path as well. So we are going to, I know it's a little bit different because I've never done a reading just with oracle cards, but I thought it was something different. Let's play around while we can, see what works, what doesn't work. So we're going to use Rebecca Campbell's deck, Work Your Light, and we are going to, I'm going to read from the guidebook for this one for you, but we're going to get, what are we going to use this for? I think we're just going to leave it open and see what Spirit wants you to know. So Spirit, what do you want my pile ones to know about this upcoming new moon? What do you want my pile ones to know, please, Spirit, about this upcoming new moon? And we have Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So let me just attempt to find that in the guidebook. Because I have no idea, because I didn't find it, obviously I didn't find it beforehand. Oh, there we go, Mirror 44. Just, you know, talk amongst yourselves while I try and find this. Oh, next page, we're nearly there. Here we go, Mirror. Let's see how many words I can fall over. Right. The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time. Through our own projections, when someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering you. Let me try that again. See, here we go. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering you. That's a typo. It's not me. People are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. It's my brain, maybe. Deep breath. I shouldn't do readings when I'm tired. I don't make sense. When have you felt like this before? Could there be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracting to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to raise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. So there are journal prompts if you wish to use them, because you can use them in your new moon work if you're doing any release work before you set your intentions for this new moon. So they are: who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? And what part of you longs to be witnessed? So I don't think the lighting is in our favour, but hopefully you can screenshot that if you want to. And thank you ever so much for sitting through this. I hope that it's been helpful and given you some kind of insight into the upcoming lunar month. And yeah, thank you to you, thank you to your guides and to Spirit and my guides for letting this happen and let me read for you. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Please feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so, as it all supports the channel. And you can also find Leonyx Tarot on Facebook and Instagram. And I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So this is your reading if you chose the blue tiger's eye sphere. I'm going to pop him over there. So these are going to be your oracle cards, and we have the current energy that you're working with, the supporting energy, and your advice. And then we're going to get a little bit more for you as well. So we have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon, and we have last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind for your supporting energy, and your advice is Watchtower of the North, winter. So for your current energy here, with taking time to breathe out, the peak of the situation and like the full moon has already passed, that you've been going through. So this is really a time to, it's like you've been regrouping and really trying to learn from your experiences rather than blindly going forth, like forging ahead without knowing and having learnt from the situation. So there is something, it feels very healing, like you're having that moment of taking time to rest, taking time to rejuvenate and treat yourself. And I replaced the candle and I forgot to light it, so we're going to do that now. But there is really something about going within, and yes, it did light. Going within and really kind of taking that time for you. So you may be taking a small break, or you may be taking I don't know why, but I'm thinking of a holiday. Just kind of really taking that time out for you and to really reflect. You may also find journaling quite helpful if you've been doing that. But it's really about acknowledging that we can't be in that on position all the time. You know, we can't be go, go, go 24/7, because as much as we push against that in society, life is very cyclical. Whether it be the change in the seasons to even our energy levels, we aren't designed to be up and on the go because of all the, but we try to, because of all the artificial light that we have and things like that. So you may find that you are trying to cut back to basics and really take, as I say, take that time for you and make sure that you have that downtime. But it's also a time of being honest with yourself. If you feel bad about your current situation, then, as I was saying, remind yourself that life goes in cycles. So although this might be a low, there's going to be, it's all peaks and troughs. So although it might be a low, there's going to be another high coming. If things don't feel good and situation feels bad and things like that, then it means that it isn't over yet. Because all it is the end of a chapter, but it's not the end of your story. So that's where you're currently, that's either where you're currently at the moment, or will be by the time that the new moon comes in, because that's your current energy. So for the supporting energy, we have the last quarter moon in Gemini with clear your mind. This I found quite interesting because the card actually speaks of feeling anxious, and the word that's actually used is fretting about a situation. It's which either refers to you or someone that you're close to that's fretting. And I find that quite interesting, considering that this is your supporting energy that's coming in. So there could be something about being mindful about how you're perceiving things and what you're worrying about. Because if you can get clear on where that's coming from and be able to see how realistic those worries are, because we have a tendency to get caught up in our heads and we don't necessarily see things clearly. Whereas if you can clear your mind, whether that be through meditation or actually stopping and looking at where your fears and anxieties are coming from, then you can start to put them in perspective and clear some of that away. You may find it helpful to talk them through, especially with the planetary alignments that we've got coming up as well, because obviously we have Mercury coming up as part of the planetary alignments that we're working with in this new moon. So there is that element of communication as well coming up again, and that really kind of goes with this card as well, which speaks about communication and being able to talk things through to clear your mind, because this is far more likely to bring good results, because we have to come from that place of happiness to be able to really manifest what we want, rather than manifest more of what we already have and what we don't want. And because of you have a lot of blues and purples that have come out, which are all making me think of the throat chakra, which is the blue, and our third eye chakra, which is the purple. So, but the crystals that might help support you, that are linked with this particular card and for the sign of Gemini, is blue calcite, clear quartz, blue lace agate, garnet, amethyst, and hematite. So you can use those when you're meditating, or you can keep them close by and on you while you're working through the situation. And you can also use them to make crystal grids if you're into those as well. But this really kind of talks about being able to find that clarity. So although the card talks about anxieties, it's more to do with finding that support through communication and talking things through, and being able to find that mental clarity. That's what's going to support you in this upcoming lunar month. And for your advice with the Watchtower of the North and Winter, this card is linked with the element of earth, so it's very much about going deep within yourself and being able to really connect with those deeper parts of yourself. It's making me think of shadow work and really doing that soul searching. And if this is a situation that you're kind of trying to get clarity on, and because you've already got through the worst of it and it's a time to regroup and think, clear your mind, this could be the key to kind of unlocking that and getting that all kind of together to make that plan to move forwards with it, and really being able to go deep within yourself. Once again, it's a card that talks about resting and recharging, and it's all to do with aspects of home life, security, and the nurturing that you require. So it's a time to nurture yourself and really take care of yourself. That's going to be a running theme for you in the coming lunar month. Just being able to really focus on your own well-being, whether that be your physical self-care, your mental yes, I keep falling over my words, so I do apologise. Yes, like your mental well-being and your healthcare and things like that, really kind of focusing on those and being able to focus on your own well-being, as I was saying. So and really kind of look at situations and unwanted behaviors or addictions that you've been holding on to, because it's time to sort of strip back to the essential bare bones of who you are, and really looking at what isn't serving you, regardless of whether it be a habit, an addiction, even if it's something that you know that you, I don't know, drink too much coffee or eat too much chocolate. I mean, they're great, don't we all? But it's having that balance and being able to see what it is that you need to kind of cut back on. Not necessarily cut out completely, but what you can do to improve how you're looking after yourself and how you're looking after your body. And any situations that aren't serving you, whether it be people or anything like that, or any situations that are draining your energy, because if there's things that are constantly draining your energy and taking that energy away from you, if you cut those things out and start redirecting your energy back to yourself, then it's going to allow you to really fill your own cup, so that you are giving to people from a place of overflowing, rather than it's like there's a hole in the boat and you're constantly losing everything. Although I know I've messed the metaphor up because the water's coming into the boat, but it's that sinking feeling where you feel like you just can't stay afloat because everyone's draining your energy away from you and out of you, because you haven't put the corks in the bottom to stop them. To stop it from, maybe it's a holy bucket with holes in, that works way better. It's about plugging those holes up and stopping all of your energy from being drained out of the bottom of you, bottom of the bucket, and really being able to let yourself just fill up until you're overflowing. And then when you're giving from a place of overflowing, then it's a much better place to come from, because then you aren't missing out on looking after yourself, because that's your main theme for this lunar month. It's your own self-care, taking that time for you, and really just allowing yourself to rest and take a step back. So we are going to get you an oracle card. I know this is a bit different for me because normally we use tarot decks and things like that, but I thought it would be nice to do this with some oracle cards instead for a change. So we're going to pull a card. We're going to get a message for you, and then I am going to read from the book for you to see what this one comes out with, because this is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. So, and I'm just going to leave this open to see what Spirit and the universe want to bring through. So what do you need, or what do you want my pile twos to know, please, Spirit? What do my pile twos need to know about this upcoming new moon? What do they need to know about this upcoming new moon, please, Spirit? What do my pile twos need to know? What do my pile twos need to know, please, Spirit? And we have take a break. Life's a work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Definitely a running theme for you. Taking that time to rest, have a break. Really indulge yourself in some self-care, especially with if you're in the northern hemisphere with the darker season coming in now. Take a break. Where is it? Sorry, I just need to find it in the thingy so I know where to find it, because I have no idea. Take a break, there it is at the bottom, 82. Sorry about that. Come past it. Okay, I struggled with pile 1, so let's see how much I fall over this. So, life's a work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations. To take time... No, see? We started already. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations. To take a moment from your busy schedule. To get off the treadmill of life. To appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released or experienced before rushing on to the next thing. To be in the moment and enjoy where you are. To take a breath and regather your mind, body and spirit. To recalibrate, appreciate and celebrate. To decide on what you really want to experience next. Actually, I'm going to move that way so you can see the card. If you take a moment, you are not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take long walks in nature, go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish. And the action is take a break and a breath. So, yeah, I don't think that there's much more that I can add to it. It's just that is your theme for this upcoming new moon. So thank you for letting me read for you, and thank you to your guides, my guides and spirit. I am sending you so much love. Go and put your feet up, make a cup of tea, chill. And I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. And yeah, please feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so. You can also find Leonyx Tarot on Facebook and Instagram. And I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the sodalite egg. I'm sorry, I've been having loads of brain farts during these readings so far, so this is gonna be fun. I hope you're ready for some nonsense as well as some, hopefully, good advice. Oh no, I'm knocking my piece of paper down. Because I knew I was going to forget what each card meant. So, this is your current energy. This can either be the energy that you're currently in or the energy that you will be in by the time that you're going into the new moon. And this is the supporting energy, and this will be your advice. So, current energy is bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Supporting energy, we have new moon in Libra, know you are loved. And the advice is Watchtower of the West, autumn. With this card, for your current energy, with bring love into the situation, this particular card talks about progress and signifies time to move forwards, and it's about not looking back. So I'm picking up something about needing to bring love to yourself. So that might not be for all of you, but there's something about bringing love back into the situation, but it's about pouring it back into yourself rather than an outward thing or something that you have created with someone else. It's more about pouring back into yourself. It's also a card of change, and it can come quickly. Whether it's change that you want can depend on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. but it also comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently and on your own. But remember to be loving and not too pragmatic. But it's about taking time for you, and time might be of essence, because it has quite an electric feel to it, and there's really a sense that you need to let go of the past and move forwards towards your future as soon as possible, rather than going around in cycles and keep looking over your shoulder and looking back at a situation. It's time to make that clear cut and move forward. So this could be how you're feeling, whether it's something that you've taken action on. You may not have necessarily done that, but it could be just a general how you're feeling about a particular situation or person, where you're wanting to, or know that you need to, you don't necessarily want to, but you know that you need to move forwards from that situation and to kind of cut things away that aren't serving you, so that you can release that, because it can be quite heavy and quite draining if we stay in situations or relationships that aren't serving us and we stay there for too long. Then it starts to kind of wear us down and really sort of drain us of our energies. So it's time to cut back and cut out things that aren't serving you, to be able to focus on the future and move forwards. Because, and with your supporting energy here, know that you're loved. There is really that element of love and support for you coming through from your guides, that they want you to know that you are supported and that you are loved, even though you may not necessarily feel that and feel that for yourself. We're all worthy of being loved, and it's really about kind of being able to acknowledge that and see that in yourself. Although this card also speaks about focusing on, or there being a new or renewed love energy around you. So this could be love from your guides and spirit, which is always there anyway. So you may be focusing on that or working with your angels. But it can also be from family or platonic relationships, romantic or otherwise, even a pet. Just having that kind of loving environment and support around you. And there's something about a new cycle starting for you as well. Whether you are single or attached, it doesn't really matter. But it could be a personal or professional relationship cycle that's starting for you. So there could be a new person coming into your life at this new moon, or a new job offer coming to you that's going to lead you to that new beginning and help you with the cutting away of things that aren't serving you, because there's going to be something new coming in to replace it. And it's really about asking you to open your heart and be loving to yourself, as well as being open to receiving. And whether you want those new opportunities, if you've been wondering whether you're on the right track for that new relationship, friendship, job offer, this is a sign that yes, you are on the right track for what you're working towards and what it is that you want. You're on the right track for it. But remember that the sky is the limit, especially when you're coming from a place of love and reacting with love. It's a very abundant kind of energy. There isn't a limit on what you can achieve or what you can manifest and bring in, so long as you come from a place of love and high vibration, because the vibration of love is the highest that there is. So there isn't anything that could really stop you from achieving your goals when you're coming from that vibrational set point. Although there is something about Libra coming through and having that balance. So it could be to do with how you're seeing a situation. Remember to have balance, whether you have kind of had a bit of a stumbling block and you've found yourself seeing things a little bit more negatively than what you normally would. It's about bringing that back into balance so that you can see the light as well as the dark, and really just taking things in your stride, because Librans don't get ruffled very often. They're quite level-headed, and it can seem almost like things just kind of fly over their head and don't really ruffle any feathers. So there could be something in that for you as well that's supporting you, that's enabling you to kind of, as I say, take things in your stride and not really get bogged down by it too much, that's supporting you. And if there is a situation that you've been trying to work through, and because you've got 2 cards of love here, if it is a romantic situation, it's a good sign that this card has come out. And there's a thing about, if there are other people in this situation that you're currently in and working through during the new moon, trying to bring that balance in and seeing it from their perspective as well as your own. Like, what are their needs and worries and things like that. And it's also a sign to get out and meet new people as well, but really kind of just really coming from that place of love and finding that balance within yourself. So as for your advice for this upcoming new moon, this is all about regeneration, and it works. This particular card is in conjunction with the element of water, and so you may find it, is it like helpful to, or kind of restorative to have baths and really kind of spend time. If you're a water type of person and you enjoy swimming, maybe go and do something like that, or working with the element of water in some way, because this is assisting you with helping you to enhance your psychic abilities and working with your emotions to heal them and to become balanced. Because during the autumn months, nature starts to turn itself within. As if you're in the normal, words tonight. If you are in the northern hemisphere, not Normus, I don't know what that is. If you're in the northern hemisphere, then you all know that we are starting to get the longer nights, and we're going into that autumn and winter phase of the yearly cycle. And it's really sort of about turning within and reflecting on where you've been, what you've achieved, and what you've done during the months leading up to this. And you can also use the element of water to cleanse and things like that, if you're working with it on an energetic level as well. So you can use the shower to cleanse your aura by envisioning it as washing all of the negativity away and things like that as well. So that might be helpful for you. But just allowing that to find your inner peace and tranquility. It's also to do with reining in any oversensitivity, and it's all about cleansing and healing. So you may find it helpful to, as I've been saying, doing cleansing practices. You may also find it helpful to go and get some kind of energy treatment done as well, healing treatment. So whether that be Reiki, angel therapy, crystal healing, aromatherapy, something that is going to help you to work through any bits and pieces that you need to, and to bring that emotional healing that you might be seeking at the moment, or that would support you through this situation and the coming lunar month. Because it also talks about opening your heart as well. You may also find that your emotions are coming to the surface, because it's associated with this card as well. So you may find that you are particularly emotional over the coming lunar month. And Leon's woken up. Morning. And to just really kind of tap into your emotions, because it feels like that is your running theme for this lunar month. They're all things to do with your emotions and your emotional well-being. Because all three cards that you've had come out are all to do with your emotions. So to close out your reading, I know it's a little bit different to what we normally do, because I'm just using oracle cards today, but I fancied doing something different. I was getting bored of doing the same format, and let's face it, if I'm getting bored, you guys might be getting bored too. So we're going to get a card from Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle deck, and then I'm going to read the thingamajig from the guidebook, and hopefully I won't fall over my words too much, but anything could happen, so we will see. I'm just going to leave this open and get messages to, well, just see what wants to come through, whatever Spirit wants to tell you. So, Spirit, what do my pile threes need to know, please? What do you want to tell my pile threes about this upcoming new moon? What do you want to tell my pile threes, please, about this upcoming new moon? What do they need to know? There we go. Let's grab the book. And what do you have? You have Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Hopefully it won't take me too long to find it. So, page 46. I'm going to read this over here so that you can see the card. The Priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realise that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forwards to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it's because at some point in your life you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, the peaks, the troughs. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. And then the journal prompts that you can use if you want to are: how are you being called to step up and lead? and how can you be the leader you wish you had? So I'm going to hold those up a bit for you, and hopefully you can see those enough so you can screenshot them if you want to. So I hope that this has been helpful for you and given you some kind of insight as to what this new moon is going to hold for you. And I'm sending you so much love. Thank you ever so much for letting me read for you. I think that's where I'm going to leave your reading. And thank you to your guides, my guides, and Spirit for facilitating this. And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. And you can, if you feel called to, please feel free to like, comment or subscribe, as it all supports the channel. And if you want to, you can also find me on Facebook, or Leonyx Tarot I should say, you can find on Facebook and Instagram. And I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye!